Shalom everyone, I hope that you are doing well. Thanks for joining for a daily reading. If you are returning, welcome back, and if you're new, my name is Shannon and I'm glad to have you. My channel can be very intense, so just buckle up. You can get anything here, just absolutely anything. So you could hear information that could be disturbing at times, so you know, if you can handle it, great, welcome to the channel. If not, then I guess you got to go away. I don't refer to the spirit as spirit or just universe. I call him by his name, which is Jehovah Elohim, the maker of heaven and earth. The scripture is found in the tarot, and so it is honored here on my channel. I love the HaMashiach, which is Yeshua, the only begotten son of Jehovah, who walked among us in the flesh, and I'm not ashamed of him. Again, I'm not churchy or religious, but I keep all 10 of the commandments, and the truth is in the word. Sometimes it comes out real heavy on the channel, sometimes not. I really don't care. Jehovah can bring out whatever he wants. He's very tangible here on this channel. I just get back and let him do whatever he wants, okay? I could come across goofy at times because I really am, you know, trying to talk to you all, trying to, you know, listen to my spirit, and there's just energy flow through me. Sometimes I can be pouncing on energy. It's always for uprightness, okay? So you've been warned. You'll just learn me as we go. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, and if you're down and out, I really do send you love and light. Listen, guys, I already did a reading with all of the stuff that's on my table, and I just felt compelled to delete that video and to do another one with the same cards, okay? And so I've already got everything out here. We may pull some extra cards on top of what's already out here, but anyway, I'm just redoing this reading that I just did. So let me put the phone down and we'll get into it. Alright, thank you, sweet Jehovah, for this day. I just asked you to come on in here and just prophesy by way of the truth and what you are bringing out here. We have, you know, at the base of this plotting that has gone on. We actually have the plotting rune that came out, so it just confirmed itself out here. Somebody has been at a crossroad and they've been stingy. Now, if you missed the cardinal fixed and mutable sign readings, those are down below. We had energies on 2 of those element signs. The card that came out, that somebody had somebody's inheritance. And we've got both of those inheritance cards showing up in this reading. In the past position, this could have been 5 seconds ago. It's just energy that's already passed that's affecting the now. Obviously, you know, there was deception with the moon. I clarified it. There was third parties involved in some situation. There was a secret here with the moon. I guess there was a secret because there was, you know, deception around some ordeal that went down within something around home matters. We have the moon goes back to children. We had the word children that came out for the next couple of days. I think that word came out over the Leo section of things. There's a bunch of people that are involved in some fighting. My first reading on my other channel, it was showing true. As always, when Jehovah speaks, he means what he says and the energy, so that he could tell us of things before they happen, so that we would be prepared to trust in him. But, you know, we do have children and stuff like that, and your home and soulmates with the moon and stuff like that. The moon represents in the Hebrew, if you are new, it's the Sadi. So the letter TS, the letter J, the L is in this reading, the letter D is here. But the Sadi in the Hebrew represents, I'm laying down on my side and I'm hunting, I'm chasing an ambush. So you could be in the military, and it's military talk, but somebody has been very deceptive and plotted some stupidness, okay, try to get somebody thrown out over here. It's very emotional, whatever this third party heartbreak has been within home or family or whatever that has been, or the deception. We know that there's deception because there was lies, confirming lies in the fixed sign readings. So, you know, they're just something that's went down back here recently, or just in the past area, that's been, you know, heartbreaking. The moon in the upright is, you know, using your intuition, and in the Hebrew it's upright, righteous, and humble, and having faith on your knees, and, you know, connecting with the Great One has the meaning of the moon. And so somebody got taken advantage of because somebody's got somebody's inheritance, and it's here. In the now, it's the Nine of Pentacles. This is a single person that's whole on the inside. This is somebody who has high discernment. It's a high discernment card. It's also a card, can be a loneliness or segregation. We know some people have segregated some people and used them because of money or high discernment, and they didn't care that they put somebody out and made them destitute. As long as we get your money, we don't care. It's just craziness, and these fools are going to go away. So we've got this in the now, something about this single person or you or whatever part you're playing, if this is your reading. The Nine of Pentacles is here. This is also one of the lower versions in the deck of the Empress. Okay, so at the top of the mind, we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is a commitment. And somebody this week has a commitment, has a union. And there was somebody that was saying, you know, that I heard from Jehovah that you're my sweetheart and stuff like that. But that same card also came out over the fixed sign readings where there was lies confirming lies. So we do see third parties here. So some people do have a connection. They're around a third party trying to segregate or stop something, or it's your family involvement in some type of a connection, or your kids or baby mama wars or your ex or whatever that is. There is something, it's known about some type of a commitment. It's known about the inheritance. Still an inheritance card is here. Again, it came out in wording, so it is definitely playing true. And there's some type of, somebody's at a crossroad. Now what do I do? How do I do something? Somebody's still trying to catch somebody up in a net, because the Hermit came out in my first reading today as well, with all that fighting going on. But there was still a victory there in that reading. In the very near future, we had the King of Cups and the Page of Swords coming out. The Page of Swords and the King of Cups can go back to law. If the King of Cups in the upright, he's in this section of loving, okay, for whoever had that connection. But the third party's a freak around it, I guess, because we got the crazy person here that is confirming the Five of Pentacles, which goes back to feeling insecure or throwing somebody out. Somebody's just looked from every angle to figure out what to do, but somebody's on the chain here with this hangman, okay? Somebody knows that there's prison for some stupidness, because we got death issues. The widower card came out here as well. It could be male or female, it really doesn't matter. But this is a male gentleman card with the widower card, but it could go either way. We got your mother here as well, so it doesn't matter. We got inheritances. And the crazy card came out in another deck that I used today in the other reading on my other channel, and a mental issue came out in wording for the next couple of days. This is a crazy card in the negative. Somebody's psychedelic in their behaviors, and there's poisonous stuff here, and so they know they're facing jail, and they tried to just look from every angle to do something, throw somebody out, because we did have the rune that came out for the next couple of days about nutrition and stuff like that. And we also had a rune that came out on my other channel today that went back to shelter. And actually, I picked one of the cards today, and destitute and forsaken, and somebody's in need of food and shelter came out in this reading. And so you know, these people don't care. They just want your inheritance, whatever this is. Somebody can go to prison whether they like it or not, because it's still the outcome, okay? We got greed here real bad, and the love of money is the root of all evil, okay? We've got an investigation going on, because the Eight of Wands can be an investigation card. We got love and romance stuff going on here with, you know, communication, fast travel as well. That's went down the processes of some stupidness within this plotting. But the King of Cups in the negative is very much, he's a manipulator, okay? And so we got the spy around somebody, and if somebody's now going to be thrown out that deserves to be thrown out for what they've done and go to prison, then that's what it's showing. We had a card that came out that stated, "Speak not in the ears of fools, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words." And so, you know, we know how to detect a fool. They can't get out of their own vomit. They love folly. They'll be swift to run to that stupidness. They eat up themselves. The beginning of their words is just real prideful, and they eat up themselves. And so, you know, don't talk to a fool. Okay, we're being told here, just not talk to them, because they will despise you in the end. And somebody gave ear to a fool somewhere, because there's third parties involved in some situation. We also had a card that came out and states that to do justice and to do judgment because it is more acceptable to Jehovah than sacrifice, okay? We have sacrificing here, and that's also part of this deception back here with the third party, because I attack the occult if you are new, and that's unacceptable. Child sacrificing is not acceptable. Again, we had wording of children, and then today we also have another scripture on my other channel come out where Christ said, bring the little children unto me. All right, so children is really, you know, been affected by some stuff, been hung up, sacrificed, and people trying to get away with that stupidness and throw other people out. And, you know, Jehovah wants us to do justice and judgment, okay? It's just this crazy. It's just crazy card. We also had a card that came out that states that somebody's debt has already been paid in full, okay? We had the full card itself come out, which is the letter Tav, and it means to mark or to sign a signature to something, and you can go back to like some type of a covenant or something like that. We've got contracts down here with the Two of Wands, which is a plotting room, and somebody plotted and signed a contract for murder's sake to get away with all this, and this is large sums of money with the Ten of Pentacles, and there's a lot of it. There's all kinds of earth energy out here, okay? And somebody signed a contract to hit somebody off, then they did, okay, for some type of stupidness, because they knew there was money around something. Somebody right out of your own household, for most of you all. But some debt has already been paid in full, and somebody's trying to throw somebody out or make somebody, you know, be thrown out and destitute, but because they've already been segregated here. But somebody's already paid somebody's debt in full, and some stupid, crazy, manipulative person's trying to bring a confusion to that thing, and they're going to go to prison for that. They are. Jehovah brought out here that something is very prominent within what's going on, and this word is this. And actually, it is the Chariot with the Hierophant that makes that word this. And it's Z and H. Those two letters could be prevalent. The letter T is out here as well a couple of times since the Tav is here. But the word, it goes back to something's very prominent that happened back here. And something's very prominent in the now with all this stuff that's going on with this plotting or these contracts or trying to move forward. And something's very prominent in the near future, okay, that's happening here. We have a blacksmith that came out in wording. We also have, you know, we have the hanging man here. We have binding ropes. It's here. And again, we also have a pledge. Somebody's debt's already been paid in full, especially if somebody's upright. They've done justice and judgment, and they've raised up something to help somebody because they know some stupid third parties back here trying to do something. Then that's here for somebody. Somebody is very corrupt. We know that because we're dealing with a crazy person. We're dealing with the lying freak. Okay, it's just was everywhere. We also had somebody who's able to pull a mask off of somebody, because with the Queen of Swords in those readings, for the mutable signs, or excuse me, for the cardinal signs, that was clarifying the Queen of Swords. And one of the Queen of Swords had a head in her hand, and the other Queen of Swords had a mask ripped off of a person. And so on my other channel, we had the letter GN in the rune that came out, which looks like two X's. And so the Queen of Swords on top of the Queen of Swords, somebody's dealing with two X situations, or there's a connection, and each one of those people have an X on each side of something, then that energy is, I guess, is here. Baby mama stupidness going on. There's been travail and hurt here, okay, around some ordeal. Somebody's going to go to prison for that stupidness, okay, or they themselves will reap what they sow, and they'll die their same way, I guess. Whatever Jehovah chooses to do with some stupid situation that's going on. Jehovah brought out, seek and choose for yourself righteousness and elect life and walk in the paths of peace. Well, we got stormy waters and deception and an enemy that showed up here as well. And if you will walk in peace and do justice and judgment, then you will prosper, Jehovah says, okay? And he brought out, love can build a bridge. Something went down around some type of family reunion that also came out. We also, so money issues are involved, came out. And the other card that came out is he that by usury and unjust gain increaseth his substance that increaseth his substance shall gather it for him that will pity the poor. So he that by usury and unjust gain increaseth his substance, he shall only gather it for him that will pity the poor. So you're going to be greedy. Jehovah's going to make sure that you're just going to gather it all in, and then it will be given to somebody who will actually use that and give to the poor, because Jehovah's word's not going to return void to him, people. It's just not. I picked the rune, which was the Dagaz, so the letter D is here. And this is, again, a plotting rune. Somebody outside of their marital situation, something went down, somebody plotted some stuff back here in a very big deceptive way, okay? What came out was the constellation card, which goes back to somebody who was looted on, or somebody found some type of a small winning, or some type of a refund situation, or something like that. This is a card of entitlement. Somebody's entitled to their inheritance. Somebody's entitled to what is theirs. We had the thievery card come out, okay? And so it is here. And somebody's debt's been paid in full within the stupidness. And then there's the enemy that came out in this. This is a hostile person. I did a reading yesterday, and Jehovah said that there was an imposter that was going to be known about. This is an imposter card, okay? And so, you know, there is an enemy here. Nobody just does the stupidness just to be doing it, man. It's just craziness. But the outcome is showing somebody going to prison, the crazy person, somebody feeling insecure, maybe even just to even bring some type of a communication because of the manipulation and the craziness that's went on and stuff like that. And this can be a forgiveness card as well. And some people were coming back for forgiveness in some of those readings as well. This is leaving troubled waters behind. So the Six of Swords is there, and this is also, you know, a publicity card, or some type of a trip is here. We have it here as well. And then somebody been waiting and waiting and waiting with the Seven of Pentacles. That's also somebody waiting on a relationship, and somebody does have a relationship out here. Let me just take one more. Let's see what Jehovah wants to bring out. A true witness delivers souls, but a deceitful witness speaks lies. Well, we had lying energy. We have plotting out here. We have somebody who's crazy. And if you're going to be a true witness, you're going to deliver somebody. You're going to do justice and judgment, and that will be acceptable to Jehovah, not the stupid sacrifice and stupidness that's went down. Jehovah wants uprightness in the earth, and he's getting rid of the fools. They're going to fall in their own traps. People, this is what come out for this reading. Until next time, shalom.